how are you? I hope you're keeping well and looking after yourselves and enjoying the sunshine. I was delighted to see so many lovely comments after last week's talk. Thank you. This week we're going to shift the focus and spend the next couple of weeks looking at fats. To start things off, I'm going to talk about healthy fats and unhealthy fats, and then why it's important to include them in our diets. Today's cooking demonstration shows a delicious avocado salad.
So let's start today by asking the question, why do we need fats in our diets? Well, number one, it is a great energy supply. Number two, we can store it well in our body and then use it when no other energy source is available. Number three, it is a great insulator and so helps to keep us warm. Number four, it is vital for transporting certain vitamins around our body. Vitamins A, D, E and K are only soluble in fat. These are important vitamins for bone growth, our eyes and nails, kidney function, blood clotting, cell and membrane repair, and our reproductive health. Number five, it's important for construction of our cells. And number six, it helps to plump up and keep our skin hydrated. Amongst many other things, of course. When we think about fatty foods, then I guess you would think of these types of foods, right? These are deep fried foods that are high in saturated and trans fats. And these tend to be referred to as bad fats. On the other hand, these are also foods with a high fat content, but these are full of good fats. The difference is that these are full of unsaturated fats and are incredibly important for our health and well-being. So to simplify things, we split fats into saturated and unsaturated fats. The reason for the difference is to do with the chemistry of the lipids. One way to identify them is that saturated fats are solid at room temperature and unsaturated fats are liquid at room temperature. Another general rule to follow is that plant-based sources are unsaturated fats and animal and coconut sources of fats tend to be saturated. So does this mean you shouldn't eat saturated fats? Well, no, it's not that simple. As with all things in life, the picture is not that clear. The reason being that foods are made up of lots of macro and micronutrients, vitamins and minerals, and not just fat. There are many positives from eating a balance of these foods, as they contain things that are vital for us. Aside from the saturated fat, for example in milk and butter, you will also find calcium, which is crucial for our bone growth and health. Let's now consider how much fat we are supposed to eat. Our diet should be about 1/3 fat, but this is total fats, and it is important that they are balanced towards unsaturated fats, the good ones. If you remember back to our sugar sessions when we talked about food labelling, the same rules will apply for fats and the traffic light system. Fats that are red are going to be high in saturated fats, and these are the ones that you need to be mindful of. For an adult, the recommendation is that we should eat no more than 30 grams of fat if you're male and 22 if you are female. Let's just quickly look at some practical examples. One croissant will give you about 16 grams of fat, 8 grams of which is saturated fat, so this is a high in saturated fat. One bag of crisps will give you 8 grams of fat, and one donut will give you 9 grams of fat, 4 grams of which saturates. So be mindful of how many of these you eat. So as a general rule, for most people, it is a good idea to focus on the good, unsaturated fats found in plants. We will talk next week about olives, seeds, fatty fish, and omega fats. So this week's food focus is avocados. Current guidelines are that we choose unsaturated fats, such as monounsaturated fats, like those in avocados, as they're supposedly better for our heart health than saturated fat. Research also suggests that monounsaturated fats help to prevent against heart disease and can help lower blood pressure. Avocados have more soluble fibre than other fruit and contain a number of useful minerals such as iron, copper and potassium. They're also a good source of vitamin B, folate and vitamin E. Half an avocado counts as one portion of your 5 a day, and those managing their weight might want to consider limiting the number of avocados they consume to 2 per week. This is the recipe for the avocado salad I'm going to cook for you today. Remember, it is just a guide and all ingredients can be adapted to suit your preference.
The key to any salad is preparation. So for our avocado focused salad today, I've chopped the avocado and I've put some lemon juice on it. I've got some boiled beans that are in season at the moment. They've been blanched, which means I poured boiling water on them, and then I put them in a pan for about a minute and let them boil. I've chopped a shallot, and I've chopped a tomato. If you don't have tomatoes, you can also use sun-dried tomatoes from a jar. For the base of the salad, you can either use fresh lettuce, and you can also use spinach. Once again, I've poured boiling water over it, and I've let it dry, and I've put it on some kitchen paper. To go alongside the salad, I'm going to have a potato salad, and I like to add yoghurt to it. So a good tablespoon of yoghurt, and mix it all together. Don't forget to season. Salt, have some pepper if you like, and also a good squeeze of lemon. The key to any good salad is a dressing. So I've got a mustard pot that had about a teaspoon of mustard left into it, and to that I added 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then just drizzle it over. Okay. This salad goes really well on its own, maybe with a bit of feta cheese. You could also serve it with some fish or some chicken or other meat of your choice. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sure you can also think of lots of other ways to use avocado. Guacamole, serve them on toast, have them with eggs. Anyway, enjoy experimenting with them. Keep safe, look after yourselves, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.